Good morning, students. I am Professor M. L. Rajni, Department of English, Management and Commerce, Maharani's College, Mysore. As we have already discussed in our first session, I have given you sufficient introduction on the writer Fritz Karante, Hungarian writer, Hungarian playwright, poet, journalist, who has written this one-act beautiful play, Refund. In today's session, I'm going to tell you about the main character of the play, Mr. Wasserkopf, a former student of a school in Hungary. As I told you in my earlier class, Refund is a very humorous play, but it provides at the end of the play a very subtle image, a very important image, which the present modern education system is going to give, the outcome of present modern education system. As I told you earlier, the play is very absurd. It really satirizes the present education system, which is not preparing the students for their future career, the career ahead. The protagonist is Mr. Wasserkopf, a former student of a school in Hungary. In German, Wasserkopf means waterhead. Wasserkopf in German means waterhead. Waterhead in English is very simple, an eccentric person, altogether an eccentric person. Wasserkopf, after completing his formal education, is not able to find a suitable job for him. Even though he finds several jobs, he proves to be unfit. Once it happens that he meets a very old friend, an old classmate of his called Lederer. And Lederer talks to Wasserkopf about the foreign exchange investments. But unfortunately, Wasserkopf does not have adequate knowledge about the investments, the foreign exchange, etc. Lederer remarks to Wasserkopf that he is not fit for the present society, not fit for the present modern society. And he tells him that he should be going back to his old school and demand for his refund, that is the tuition fees that he has paid to the school. Because according to Lederer, Wasserkopf has not gained any knowledge expected from the society, expected from the norms of the society to find a suitable job for him. So, Wasserkopf decides to go back to the school and demand the refund of his tuition fees. When he goes to the school, he meets his principal and he demands the refund of his tuition fees. The principal is vexed. The principal is shocked because never he has found this kind of situation that has happened in his life. Never a student has come back to him and demanded the refund of the school fees that any student has paid. I think this is very absurd. But going deeply into the subject, what Wasserkopf does is the reality. As I told you in my earlier class, many have failed today even after getting the formal education. The formal, what you call that schooling, that going to the college, the concept of getting the knowledge through the schools and colleges, whatever it is. So, naturally, being very upset, the principal decides to convene a meeting. He decides to convene a meeting among the teachers, all the teachers of the school. the physics teacher, the mathematics teacher, the biology teacher, English teacher, physical education teacher, all the teachers. All the teachers of the school decide to outsmart Wasserkopf. So the outcome of the meeting was to re-examine Wasserkopf in all the subjects. Re-examine Wasserkopf in all the subjects, proving that he has passed in all the exams and the school has really done good to him. So, in the initial stage of the examination, re-examination, Wasserkopf was outsmarted in all the subjects, basic subjects, and he was proved to be really good in physical culture, manners, alertness, perseverance, logic, and ambition. He was proved to be smart in all these subjects. In the next stage, the actual examination begins. And the first question which was asked to Wasserkopf was pertaining to history. The history teacher asked him a very simple question, and the question is like this: how many years 30 years war lasted? I will repeat the question. The first question was pertaining to history. How many years the 30 years war lasted? As you all can understand, the answer lies in the question. It is 30 years. But Wasserkopf replied 7 meters. According to him, the answer was 7 meters. To which the history teacher was perplexed, because he knew very well that the answer was wrong. So, mathematics teacher comes into aid of the history teacher, and when Wasserkopf gives the wrong answer as 7 meters, the math teacher evaluates by saying that according to Einstein's relativity theory, years can be represented in terms of meters. And actually the war took place only for 7 years. So maths teacher very intelligently applied Einstein's relativity theory, in which the theory says that years can also be represented in terms of meter. The war was waged only during the half of each day. Only half of each day, that is 12 hours a day. Because as 3 hours were given to eating and 3 more hours were devoted for non-war activities. The answer according to Einstein's theory was right. This is how the history teacher was saved by mathematics teacher. Because Wasserkopf's answer was proved right by maths teacher, taking the aid of Einstein's relativity theory, in which years can be represented in terms of meter, and according to him the war took place only half a day, in which the 3 hours were devoted to eating and other non-warlike activities. So finally it was only 7 hours. Or what Wasserkopf replied, 7 meters was also right according to the mathematics teacher. So this is how the first question was, proved to be right. Thank you. Today I am going to end my second session video. In the next class, we are going to continue with the next questions that were asked to Mr. Wasserkopf. Thank you.